Yes, he is. The Prince of Darkness there, Ozzy Osbourne, is going home to glory. A funeral fit for a heavy metal icon taking place today in Osbourne's hometown of Birmingham in the UK, very close to my hometown. Legions of his loyal fans here lining the streets to remember the godfather of heavy metal and show support to his family deep in grief. Many consider themselves, right, a part of this family, especially because of their reality show as well. Mark Savage is a music reporter with BBC News, and he joins us right now from Birmingham, right next to one of the many memorials. Mark, great to see you. Just describe the atmosphere there as the city of Birmingham lays to rest one of its most famous, if not most famous, sons today.
Well, exactly. Before he died, Ozzy Osbourne said that if he had a funeral, he didn't want it to be depressing. He wanted it to be a celebration, and that's what we've had today here in his hometown of Birmingham. Thousands of people were lining the streets from the early hours of this morning, all chanting his name and living up to his reputation in a way. I saw people drinking from Viking horns and scrawling his name across their chest in black marker as they waited for the funeral cortege on his final journey. And you can see here, the cortege passed this spot just about 2 hours ago. Sharon, his wife, and his children, Jack and Kelly and Amy, all got out of the hearse to look at these tributes that have been building up here for the last 8 days since his death was announced. And they really have come from all over the world. If you take a look behind me, there are messages from Spain, from Poland, from Germany, from the US, Romania. It's a completely international fan base that Ozzy had built up through his music and through that reality show. And they're not just leaving flowers, of course. There are bottles of Jack Daniels there. There are toy bats, famously referring to the incident in 1982 in Des Moines, where he bit the head off a bat live on stage. He was famed for that outrageous, hell-raising personality, and people came here today to celebrate that life as much as they did to mourn it.
And as you mentioned, not just because of his work as an artist over decades, but a new generation fell in love with Ozzy and his family because of their reality shows. It's tough to see Sharon and the kids so upset. It's understandable. Have we heard anything from the Osbourne family so far? We know they're deep in pain these days.
Well, that's right. And of course, when they arrived here in Birmingham today, they did take time to read those messages, and they turned around and they waved to the crowds that had gathered, but they didn't say anything, and it was much more subdued, of course, than we would remember from the TV show, where they were chaotic and argumentative and always falling out over something. But today was a day for them to share their grief and to recognise the importance that Ozzy had to the fans, and to share that moment with them before they headed off to a private funeral in Buckinghamshire tomorrow.
Yeah, and to echo your point, Mark, Ozzy wouldn't want this to be a sad and depressing day. He'd want people to celebrate. So if you finish your coverage and happen to pick up a bottle of Jack on the way out that was left out there, I'm sure he would support that. It would be very rock and roll indeed. Mark Savage with BBC News joining us from Birmingham. Thank you so much.